Astrology is a useful tool for discovering the inner workings of the personalities of those around us, as well as ourselves. It helps us understand our best skills and qualities, as well as our worst habits and nasty tendencies. While it can be difficult to make a statement based solely on your sun sign, you can use the darker characteristics of each sign below to better understand yourself and those around you. Do you think your sign could be one of the top 5 meanest? Let's take a look. Erster Capricorn. Ruled by cold Saturn, Capricorns are naturally the most serious and stale, seeing they have a serious, sincere way of communicating, and they won't sugarcoat things to protect the ego like most people are used to doing. Capricorns can be aloof and treat you coldly from time to time, and seemingly for no reason at all. And because they do have the ability to be nice, it hurts even more when one minute they're nice and the next they're suddenly cold. This hot-cold behavior makes things even worse. Most of the time, a Capricorn cares more about their career or appearance in society than they do about your feelings. They are driven and can be ruthless in their quest to rise to the top. Many Capricorns ruthlessly push anyone out of their way and don't give it a second thought. Their cold and detached lifestyle makes them prone to pessimism. It's hard to be this heavy, and they often unconsciously hold back their emotions until they explode on you. However, they won't explode defiantly like a Leo. No, they have patience and will wait until they can hit you where it hurts the most. Capricorns know how to use words to cut right through you. And it's easier for them because they don't try to empathize with what you're feeling. After all, they're an earth sign, not a water sign. They just think you'll understand. If you encounter Capricorn's bad side, expect a dangerous and destructive enemy. Zweiter Scorpio. Scorpio. One of the biggest signs that people love to hate. And it's not hard to see why. The rumors are true, this enigmatic sign can be the meanest and most vengeful in the Zodiac. Scorpio is an emotional, water-driven sign with introverted tendencies. Scorpio has dual planetary rulership, Pluto and Mars, and this combination gives them the fiercest and most brute force in the zodiac. It is not uncommon for them to have truly malicious intentions underneath their low-key personality. While they can be full of sarcasm, cruelty, and arrogance, they are not at the top of the list of the meanest members of the zodiac because their compassionate and sensitive nature often overshadows Capricorn. But when you cross paths with or drive a Scorpio crazy, be careful. Scorpio likes, or even feels like they must, be right in most situations. And the moment you disagree with them or don't listen to them, they can lose their temper. They will plan their revenge on you down to the smallest detail, leaving nothing to chance. Scorpios are naturally adept at manipulation and people can sense it. They can be very vindictive in the moment, and usually cannot be calmed down until they cool down. The entire spectrum of human psychopathology is set to coexist in Scorpio. Better watch out. Dritter Aries. Aries, fiery, impulsive anger and tendency to make snarky remarks puts them at number 3 on the list of the meanest signs of the zodiac. Like Scorpio, Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war. Aries can be impatient, aggressive, and stubborn. But Aries doesn't share the same reserved, scheming nature as Scorpio. They often have an overwhelming desire to express their feelings. While it can be good not to lock things down and wait for them to explode later, their aggressiveness and intensity can be truly frightening. They really struggle to control their most volatile emotions, especially aggressive ones. Spend a few minutes with Aries and you'll understand why everyone calls them testy. They don't hold anything back. Aries perceives this as passionate, although in reality it's also a contrived excuse to ignore other people's feelings. However, they don't have time to argue with you forever, so expect them to say their piece and get on with their lives. No matter how cruel what they said, they will expect you to get on with your life too. Vierter Virgo. Virgo men are the perfectionists of the zodiac. They tend to pay too much attention to detail and let the little things get to them. Virgo men are great at pretending like everything is fine, and they can continue this act for a while. But eventually all those little annoyances get on their nerves, and they let loose, unloading judgmental and picky comments on those who are unlucky enough to be on the wrong side of their anger. Virgo doesn't have to be harsh, after all, they just want the job done right. They are just as critical of themselves as they are of others. If you were to rank the signs that are the most harsh on themselves, Virgo would top the list. Self-criticism lives deep within them. Virgo can also be incredibly passive-aggressive. They usually make remarks that seem addressed to you, but you're not quite sure if they're being rude to you or just complaining about something else. When they're upset, they'll encapsulate the nasty comment with a few compliments or just be downright nagging. 5. Sagittarius. Sagittarians are the dark horse candidates on this list. After all, they are ruled by Jupiter, the sign of optimism. Yes, Sagittarians tend to be nice, at least when they want to be, but they also have a big shadow side that is big enough to put them on this list of the meanest. Sagittarians are too concerned with keeping their own inner world as conflict-free as possible to really care about other people's emotions. Their focus on only feeling good may seem arrogant, but this attitude causes them to act recklessly when dealing with other people's sensitivities. They are also a bit hypocritical in this area because they like to preach and dominate others in conversation. This is a good mood for them, but others may see it differently. Like Aries, Sagittarians rarely think before they act or speak. They prefer to be honest and not shy with their words. They can be a bit careless with their straightforward tendencies, and often whatever is on their mind is what they say at other people. Many people have been burnt by Sagittarius' overly outspoken approach to criticizing others. Although they don't want to admit it, Sagittarians can also be very hypocritical. They will cheat and deceive if it benefits them, especially when they want to win an argument.